I can't say no to a dance, to a synchronized dance scene, which, why don't we have more of those? I feel like we did in the 90s. Hey everyone, welcome to the Showbiz Pop 5. I'm your host, Whitney Danhauer, and I have a new co-host this week.
I'm Rachel Hunt, and I'm excited to be on.
The old Showbiz Pop 5.
All right, so this week's episode, we're talking about the Emmys, which are coming up on September 12th. And we have our own little version of the Emmys. These are a couple awards, 5 awards that we wish they would show us at the Emmys.
Yeah, I need to spice it up a little bit. Kind of like a mix of, do you remember like the MTV Movie Awards? I think they still do them, but I'm old, so I don't remember. But I want more action in my Emmys. So we made up our own categories. I'm going first, and I chose Best Monologue. And to no one's surprise, I'm going with Stranger Things season 4, but not the monologue that everyone thought Finn Wolfhard was going to have for his character Mike. He did have a monologue, but it wasn't my favorite. My favorite was Jamie Campbell Bower as Henry Creel when he goes into his whole "we live in a society" type monologue, and you have to think about the fact that he's talking to an 8-year-old child because it's like a flashback of 11, and you know that an 8-year-old would just be standing there looking at him like, what? Like, what, sir? What are you talking about with your spiders and your... Basically, Henry Creel just hates the 9-to-5 grind. So that is my number one choice for my award. Best Monologue goes to Jamie Campbell Bower in Stranger Things season 4, episode 7, Massacre Hawkins Lab.
Good one. I like it.
Not a surprise to anyone, considering.
No, we're definitely not surprised.
It's fine.
Right, so my category is Best WTF Moment. And I chose a scene from The White Lotus on HBO. And there's so many good scenes. I love that little mini series.
Gone with a few.
So many. Okay. But my biggest WTF moment was when Armand, played by Murray Bartlett, goes on a drug binge at the very end, last episode. He knows he's going to be fired, and so he just doesn't care anymore. Yeah. He's like, WTF, I don't care. So he goes into Shane's Pineapple Suite, the guy that's been bothering him the whole entire, vacation. Mm-hmm. And he just poops in a suitcase. And that's it.
I mean, it's a choice. So to do that, but
I mean, it's not what I expected.
No.
And then we don't even have time to think about it as viewers, because then Shane, who's staying there, walks in.
Right.
And finds a turd.
Yes. Yeah. Real gross. And not what you would think was going to happen with the type of show we were watching. Like you knew from the beginning, so this is not a spoiler, from the beginning, there was a body being brought back on a plane, and none of these people that they showed were very pleased with their vacation. So a bunch of stuff goes down at the White Lotus, but it is not someone pooping in a suitcase. It's just not
in a suitcase
happen, but he sure did.
So yeah, my award for Best WTF Moment goes to Murray Bartlett. Nice job.
That's a good one. My next one, and this would be such an awesome category to have if you did Best Meltdown in a movie. Best Meltdown of a character. And there were a few shows I could have chosen from, but I went with Jason Bateman's portrayal of Marty Byrde in Ozark. Because that man, he is so, if you watch the show Ozark, he's just the most, I don't know if calm is the word. What's the word I'm looking for? He's just so not prepared.
He's so even. He's even keeled. He's like chill no matter what's happening. People are dying. And he's like, it's fine.
I'm the head of a drug cartel. Sure. My family might get murdered at any moment, but I got this. So It is this moment in traffic where he's stuck in traffic and there's nowhere he can go. And someone is punching their horn repeatedly. And he just does it one more time, the guy does. And Marty just says, yep, that'll do it. And he just gets out and loses it. And it has become in our constant rotation of quotes that we say around my house when we're really aggravated with something. We're just about to lose it. Just, yep, that'll do it. Best meltdown. Jason Bateman as Marty Bird in Ozark season 4, part 2.
All right. So next one is the best dance scene. Again, there were a whole bunch to choose from. And I kind of almost, I'm going to tell you my runner-up first. Okay. My runner-up was Ted Lasso season 2 when the team danced to NSYNC Bye Bye Bye. Like, oh, I loved it. But I had to choose Succession, Shiv, when she just like totally breaks it down on the dance floor at Kendall Roy's party. And she's just like gyrating.
So, okay. That is one show I haven't actually watched yet. I've only seen a couple episodes, I think, of the first season. I know. There's so many. You have to understand. We watch so much TV as entertainment writers. Like I cannot cover. Like I watched the first couple episodes, but what is the background of that scene? Like, is she having a moment? Is she excited or is she upset when all that goes down?
She is like having a moment. She's just letting it all loose and like, F this. I am just done with everything. And then we have Greg. They call him Greg the Egg. He's like watching from like the balcony and he's just like, wow, she's like really dancing. She's like very emancipated there.
Yeah, I feel like we've all been there. We've all had those moments.
I'm done. Just dancing it out.
Well, it's funny that you chose that as your best dance scene because technically my next award is the best needle drop in a series. And yes, I could have done so many from Stranger Things, Running Up That Hill, The Journey remake, Eddie doing his Master of Puppets. But I went with the Umbrella Academy season 3, and I went with the Footloose scene. And it really is the best dance scene I've ever watched in any movie or any show because you just don't expect it. But if you haven't watched it, this is a bit of a spoiler because it happens in the first episode, but it's better to go in as a surprise. So fast forward past me talking if you haven't seen it yet. The first episode of season 3 of the Umbrella Academy on Netflix, they meet up with the Sparrows who are they're like the bizarro versions of themselves almost. It's just like another timeline. So there's another set. Reginald Hargreaves has another set of kids. And when they're like all facing off when they first meet, and Luther, who is just always, very factual and, wants to do the most logical thing, says, we're going to settle this by having a dance off. You never know. You don't know if you ever know what year the Umbrella Academy happens in, which I think is part of its appeal. They just start playing Kenny Loggins' Footloose. Everybody in the scene does the actual dance from Footloose to the song Footloose. All these like adults just doing all the moves that you saw Kevin Bacon and, whoever else, I can't remember her name, who else was in that movie. It's just so unexpected that you have no idea what's happening. And then as it ends, you realize that one of the Sparrows, her power is that she has like hallucinogenic spit. So she spit on David Castaneda's character, Diego, and he imagined the whole thing. I interviewed David Castaneda from the Umbrella Academy and we talked about it. And he said that Steve Blackman he kept it a secret exactly what they were going to do until like the last minute. And he was like, there's going to be a big dance scene. And that's what it was. So they all learned like almost like step by step, the actual Footloose dance. You know what I'm talking about, right? The end of Footloose.
Oh, it's epic. Yes.
Okay, yeah.
I love it.
Yes. Where they do the like shimmy at the end, like down it's hilarious. And it actually moved Umbrella Academy season 3 past Umbrella Academy season 2 in my line of favorites. So it goes 1, 3, 2 now because of that scene. So I can't say no to a synchronized dance scene, which why don't we have more of those? I feel like we did in the 90s. I feel like any teen movie in the 90s had a synchronized dance scene.
Oh, so many.
Yeah,
I could do with some synchronized dance scenes.
Same. Yeah, I could too. Like they were really random too. Like, why would everyone know She's All That? Do you remember that movie?
I love that. I love She's All That.
The
Freddie
prom.
Prinze Jr.
Why does everyone at the prom know the synchronized dance? Did you ever go to a prom where everyone knew the dance? I feel like it's not realistic. Nobody would do that. You ever try to get kids to do the same thing? It's like nearly impossible. Talking about a whole prom of people doing the same dance. No, would never happen. Oh, yeah. So if you guys have any of your own made up Emmy nominations or Emmy awards that you want to give out, leave them in the comments down below because we want to hear about them. It's fun. Like, let's make the Emmys more exciting. Like, hashtag make it better. Maybe. Yes. Whatever. Anyways, you can always find us on social media. You can find us on Twitter at Cheat Sheet. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram at Showbiz Cheat Sheet. And you can check out all of our entertainment stories at cheatsheet.com. And you'll find everything from stories about the royals to music to movies and TV. So as always, I want to thank everybody for watching and I hope you tune in next time. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.